Well. Welcome back to another Sunday Live. I hope you are well. I'm well. I'd like to be better. I'm not gonna lie. A lot has happened in the last 36 hours. We'll call it a couple days. Everything's good. I'll share some of that with y'all. I'll share my week with you guys. Welcome back. For everybody that's new here, appreciate you guys for stopping in. Appreciate the 33,000 subscriber mark we hit, I think, yesterday. Seems like we just hit 30,000 and boom, we're at 33. I appreciate all the love, all the support. This live is going to be not what I hoped we'd be talking about tonight, but it's going to be what it is. It is what it is. I don't think it's going to be a very long live tonight. So if you're somebody that pops in and pops out, we'll see how it ain't going to be 3 hours. I'll tell you that right now. So get your popcorn, get your questions. StreamYard Link will be open. I'll get in the live chat, give some shout outs in a minute. I have a lot to kind of go over. So where do we begin? This week, there's been a lot going on just with Doordash and these apps and stuff like that. A lot more zones have this diamond program to where so this is okay. Diamond program, for those of you that don't know. If you keep your acceptance rate above 50%, you get priority on high-paying orders. High-paying order is something that's $1.50 or $2 a mile, somewhere in that range. We've talked about it. Many of you guys know about it. But if you're new, that's what that's about. If you keep your acceptance rate above 70%, you get first priority as part of that diamond program. So a lot of information has been out there. A lot of things, some top dashers are upset because they feel like now their zones are oversaturated and the good orders are being kind of evened out. I don't know. It's too early to tell, but a lot's happening. Now, this is my question to you guys. These diamond programs and the accept more, earn more, which is kind of similar. Okay, we'll talk about that tonight. Isn't anything that's brand new, but they're starting to put it in a lot of places. It's been going on for several months now. So my question to you guys today, and what I want to talk about in the StreamYard tonight, accept more, earn more. Doordash is telling us, accept more, you earn more money. In the thumbnail, I put a screenshot of what Doordash tells me I can make in my market, $21 an hour. I will tell you, if I'm making $21 an hour, that means I'm taking more orders and I'm taking more trash. Point blank, period. We've shown that on this channel, or at least in my market. I'm only going to speak in my market. I'm not going to talk about things I don't know from other markets. Accept more, earn more is what Doordash wants us to do. That's what they're rolling out. And that's what this diamond program is about. Don't worry, I'm going to get in the chat in a minute and give some shout outs. So the whole idea behind this, accept more, earn more, is for Doordash to earn more money, not you. Let me say that one more time. Doordash wants to earn more money, not drivers. In some markets, the more you accept, you might make more because in your market, maybe it's a good market, tips are good, demographics good, your median income's good, you're in a really good zone, or you're in a zone that's not oversaturated. That could be true. But to use it as a blanket statement, accept more, earn more, just because you accept more and maybe you might earn more, but did you drive more? Did you spend more time out? There's a lot of other factors. So just be mindful of the mind games and manipulation that's going on here, okay? Big companies do it all the time, all right? Accept more, earn more. Is that a true statement? I want to talk to you guys about that tonight. Also, with all these different videos going around, different opinions, different things happening, where are we going to be at in about 6 months from now? If anybody has an idea or a thought about that, in 6 months from now, are we going to be talking about the same stuff? Will we have less people in the gig economy because they don't want to accept 50 or 70% to see good orders? Doesn't matter. What about all the channels that have low acceptance rate and we see all the good orders and all the money they make? What do the clowns that say you have to have a high acceptance rate to get good orders and that we're getting crumbs? What do those clowns think about those drivers? Let's make it make sense, right? It's just wild. And I want to remind remind everybody again, shout out to the 250 in the building. Hit the thumbs up. YouTube is entertainment. We have to be reminded of that sometimes. So that includes myself. People will say, I speak the truth. I don't have hidden agendas. Some people will speak things because for their own personal gain. And others will speak things because they literally lack the intelligence and don't understand and they'll give false information. Before I get into the live chat, thank you. I believe we're only about $240 away from the 1K goal for Feeding America, which is our goal for this month of November. It's amazing. I think we're at 760, something in that range. We haven't even been doing this for a week, guys. Thank you very much. All I asked was everybody could donate $1. It's been fantastic. People donating $50, $20, $5, $1. It's been absolutely amazing. You guys can check the progress on the videos that I flag as fundraising. The money goes to Feeding America. I don't have any hand in that. It's been awesome. So also tonight, we're going to announce the 10 swag bag giveaway winners. I have those swag bag giveaway winners' names. I'll share them with you. I'll read them off. I've also already commented on the comment that they left. So hopefully they've seen that and they're going to join us. Without further ado, okay, let's see who we got in the building this evening. Shout out to everybody. I see Kenny. What up, Sherry? Music City Gig Hustlers. What up? Diane, Twin Travelers, Beans 241, Cheeky Chops. I see Twin. Brian, what up? What up? Appreciate you being a channel member. I see Scooter Bud. Always good to see you, my friends. Charlene, hello. Kenny, what up? Jeff, I hope you got in touch with Roy. Cram Cam, Living Life. What up? I think I saw Dash and Trader in here. What up, Sean? Appreciate everybody for being here. Jay Wog, what up, Sam? Hope you're feeling better. Rodney, Rico Dash. All right. So, Sherry, hello. That's the topic tonight. Accept more or more. Does that really apply to everybody? Now, I've been saying for about a month now, DoorDash is winning. DoorDash is happy with the results. I would bet a month's worth of my total revenue and total income if somebody has this information, let's bring it to me. I would bet in the last month, more drivers as a total, overall, if you take all the, let's just say there's 1 million active drivers in this last month that's been driving for DoorDash. Overall, the acceptance rate has gone up. I don't know what percentage it's gone up. It's gone up. I'd bet a month's worth of my income on that. I bet everything I have in the bank right now that it has gone up on average. Not for all drivers, but we're talking in totality. So let's just say it went up 1%, 5%, 10%. That is a massive win for DoorDash and actually for some consumers. Even if you're a miserable human being, no tip, no trip, the consumers are getting their orders quicker the last month. More orders have been delivered. DoorDash did tell us that, a 27% increase in total orders delivered. That is because of these programs that they're rolling out and new Dashers coming in or even old Dashers. I am part of the problem. Maybe it's not a problem. I'm part of that statistic. My acceptance rate's higher. I reset it, but it is higher than it's ever been. Because I've been testing a couple things here and there, and I'll share more on that in the weeks to come. DoorDash is winning. More orders are being delivered. Dashers have a higher acceptance rate. I believe that to be fact. The reason that is because the programs they implement, the words that they use, the manipulation tactics will lead you to believe that you have to accept more to earn more, or that you have to have a certain acceptance rate to be priority. I think it's too early to tell. Just because my screen shows me you're getting priority on a $6 order going 3 miles, you know what, DoorDash? I saw that 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. I saw it last year. That doesn't mean they're not changing things. But what it means is my acceptance rate is higher than it's ever been. I've been accepting some questionable orders because I'm just testing things out. And my average hourly earnings is less, significantly less. Still too small of a sample size to say anything. But that's my perspective. What about you guys? Is your acceptance rate higher? Check the poll that I put up. If a driver accepts more orders, does it mean they're earning more money? Some orders are good, some orders are bad. It is what it is. Just because you're working more doesn't mean you're earning more. Just because you're working harder doesn't mean you're working smarter. I've worked in the restaurant business a long time, and some of the best servers, the best line cooks, the best managers were the ones that knew how to work smart. They knew when to exude energy and also when to not. And some people would have big table sections. I'd have a server, they might have 4 tables. Have another server has 7. Most nights, the server that had 7 tables, they're going to have a higher sales at the end of the night. They're going to, they're going to have some money, right? But they're not going to give us good service sometimes. And the table that's got 4 servers might be able to cater service. They're not overtired, and they probably made the same, if not more money. What server do you want to be? Do you want to take all this trash in hopes of rubies, rhinestones, and emeralds falling from the sky? Or do you want to be selective and be smart and maybe multi-app and do other things? It's weird that we're even still talking about these things, but it's the reality, and it is what it is. So I will be sharing a StreamYard link very soon. Now, I want to get into the 10 giveaway winners right now. We'll get into the topics. I'll put the StreamYard link in a moment. I do want to, before I do that, let's see what some of these comments are saying here. I need to give you guys an update. Oversaturation, says Puerto Rican Hammer. Hello, top decliner here, says TN. Accept more, drive more, deal with more bad situations. Possible, Steve. That's possible. Cram Cam says, this is Doordash replied to my issue. That's what I see. You have many 5 stars, and I know the app. Yeah, who knows? Who knows with Doordash? That's a scam. Could be natural born gigsters. Yeah. The lower the pay, it's taking away the gas. Yeah, I have top priority on declining. There you go, Jacqueline. What up, Light? How you doing, bro? Cheers to you. Aha, clowns. Yeah. Listen, I use that word, but listen. I use it for effect. Okay? I use it because it's funny. I use it because there's some truth behind it. All right, so I got to give y'all an update on the life real quick, too, because I made the video yesterday, and you guys were helping me in the comments. The car's in the shop. Pretty sure there's some electrical issues going on. I don't think it's just a battery. It is what it is. You drive your car a lot, things are going to happen. I'm not too concerned. Probably going to be a couple $100. Not worried about it. Probably have it back by Tuesday, so I'm not going to work tomorrow. Also, in the same day, yesterday, we had sewer backup in the bathroom downstairs. Had to have somebody come out. Going to have some major work done, renovation work. Insurance is involved. Yeah. So it's going to be a crazy week in the Santiago house, but it is what it is. We keep grinding. We keep moving. I keep going live. My girls are good. Family's good. It is what it is. Birthday week's coming up. Birthday's on Wednesday. A lot happening in the Pedro world, right? But still got to give you guys a little bit of time to talk about these things. Now, so that's what's going on with that. So the giveaway's going great. Feeding America. Now, for all of you, the 335, hit the thumbs up. Or actually, hit the thumbs down for our boy, Blake Moore from More Finance. I reached out to him this week. I wanted him to come on the live show. He was thinking about it. We were in communication this week. He decided not to. He said he has something planned on his end to address the issues. So wait for that. I'm going to give you guys, you heard it first here on Pedro Doordash Santiago. So I wanted him to come on the show because he's somebody that there's been some controversy. Is he scamming? Listen, I'm going to give you my take on it right now. I'm not going to beat up this young man. Okay? Other people have gave their opinions, and I think they're valid opinions and valid thoughts and valid questions. I wanted him to come on the show because if you look at his videos and the things he's doing, he's not answering anybody. He's not responding. He has a channel where he used to do that. Now he's not. He's getting questioned, and they're rightfully so. Is he photoshopping things? All this stuff. He hasn't responded. Does he need to? He doesn't know us anything. He doesn't know any of us anything. But the right thing to do would be to address the issue. So I wanted him to come on the show and talk about that, since we do have the live show that has the most live viewers out of any gig content channel. I thought this could be a great place to address it. He didn't want to. He's going to do something on his own. I can respect that. That's really all I have to say about it. I guess one more thing. I do think it's ironic that me and Hannibal have the Feeding America charity thing we started. 2 days later, he did the same exact thing for the same charity for the same amount. I also find it funny. I think he's raised $25. We've raised 760. You can't fool too many people, Blake. It is what it is. Do you? He's clearly, this is why I can't hate on the young man. He's betting on himself. He don't care about none of y'all. He don't care about nothing. He ain't answering questions. He don't want to come on the show. I ain't mad at him at all. I'm not going to give him any hate. I'm not going to beat the kid up. It is what it is. He's betting on himself. He's making his money. That's it. His channel is pure entertainment, and that's okay. That's his channel. He can do what he wants. Really nothing more to say. Be on the lookout. He did tell me he was going to address it for you guys, so I hope he does that. I think that's fair. That's all I have to say about the situation. So, and many of you guys don't even know what I'm talking about, and some of you guys do. It is what it is. YouTube is a place you can do anything you want on your channel. And I'll tell you what, he's lost a lot of subscribers, 400 to 500 in the last week or so, which sucks for him, right? That sucks, but it is what it is. But he can do what he wants, so really ain't got no hate, no whatever. The money does go to the charity. It's just the other things that he did. So I don't think he's scamming the donation part. He's not doing a scammy charity. I just think there's a lot of other questionable things going on. There's a lot more stuff that happened even last year that many of you guys don't know about. But at the end of the day, YouTube is entertainment. His channel is entertainment. And right now, he's more relevant than he's ever been before. And I believe that's why he's doing what he's doing. He's betting on himself. I can have an opinion, but at the end of the day, I'm old enough to be his father, so I'm not going to beat up a child, a kid. He's a kid. He's a young man. Not going to do it. He can do whatever he wants. That's it. I've said enough. I think that's fair. Okay. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put up this link. See if we got any other thing. What up, Dash and Grandpa, Mr. Flex? What up, Cheeky Matt? What up, what up, what up? All right. This live stream will not be a long one tonight. I haven't slept a lot in the last couple of days. The boys got a raging headache. But I do want to talk about accept more, earn more. I want to talk about content creators and the information that they're falsely giving out that I believe is false. And they're pushing it like it's true. And it's where we're going to be in 6 months. I think it's going to be interesting space that we're going to be in. So let me go ahead and put this in. Yes, Jeff, I did see that. But listen, and I want to say this. When I speak of things, there's some things that are going to be facts and some things that are just one man's opinion. And we can all come in here and have opinions and things like that. People have channels for entertainment on YouTube, even in this gig space. Others have it for personal gain, and they use it as a tool or they use it as a mechanism to make money or whatever. And it is what it is. Integrity, truth will last. These other things are flashes in the pan. They won't be around long. Just remember I said that. You heard it here first. So just remember it. I stand by that. So let's go ahead and put in StreamYard for anybody that wants to join in tonight. So let's see. La, 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 la. Let's see. Yeah, your boy is super I got this headache right here. I think it's a stress headache. I think it's from dealing with a car that you got to put in the shop, dealing with this plumbing stuff we got going on and insurance and like family and this and that. We stayed in a hotel last night. We're back here tonight. We had to figure some other things out, but man, let me close that. Okay. But your boy is definitely feeling it. Okay, let me go ahead and share this link with you guys. 1 second. There we go. And if anybody hasn't been on the show yet and you want to be on, tonight's a perfect night. We have 400 viewers. Blake from More Finance is not going to be here tonight. If you came for that, I don't want to keep you here. He respectfully declined. I respect his decision. I was trying to get him on the show just to answer questions. He said he's going to do something on his own. So if anybody's coming in looking for that, that's not what this show's about. Full transparency. So let me go ahead and copy this link for you guys. We're going to be talking about if accepting more actually means earning more. And are we independent contractors? Doordash is playing these games. They're basically telling us we're independent and you can do what you want. But they're also telling us if you don't do what we want, you're not going to get good orders. We're going to put you at the bottom of the list. What kind of shit is that? Are we independent? Listen, I've been saying we've been independent. I've had arguments with people. I think we are completely falsely misclassified. I think there are some things we're independent as far as taxes, but other things, I think I was wrong. I think at this point, DoorDash is taking it back, and they're trying to say, nope. We want everybody to be an employee. We want everybody to be a minion, an ant. We want you to take more orders because that's the only way we can make money. And I don't blame them for that, but it should not be the way it is. It shouldn't be, I'm going to give this order to this mutt over here because they shill the company product for me, even if they're a bad driver, even if they're a 4.79 rated and Pedro's a 4.95, and I got 7,000 deliveries and this mutt's got 50, doesn't use a hot bag. What? His acceptance rate's 99%. Let's give him the good orders. That is complete garbage. And nobody in this room or that has a channel could tell me any different. You're saying somebody with, let's just say they have 160 deliveries, a 99% acceptance rate, a 4.75 customer rating. They don't use a hot bag. They deserve an order more than me, more than you, because they shill the company product more. It's garbage. Anyways, it's going to get hot tonight. All right, let me put this link in. Anybody that wants to come in and talk, I'm going to put it, and then I'm going to pin it as well. So paste it. Okay, there it is right there. And yes, you keep saying DoorDash winning like they are the opponent. Stop looking at it like we are losing and just use DoorDash. Yeah, I don't look at it like we're losing. I think some drivers are. I'm not losing. I don't feel like I'm losing. DoorDash has done a lot for me. I've done things for them. I don't look at it like that. I look at DoorDash as an opportunity, a potential revenue stream. But I don't look at it like I'm against DoorDash. I'm talking in the totality of drivers. And I believe that the more crap orders you have to take in order, it's a manipulation, guys. That's what I believe. That's my opinion. But I see what you're saying. Let me pin this comment real quick for you guys. If I can, hold on, let me see 1 second here. Man, let me see. Okay, pin message. So the StreamYard link is pinned at the top of the chat. I'm going to stay in the chat for a little while. I see some people coming in. I'll get you guys in here in just a moment. We do want to talk about the topic at hand tonight. So if you're coming into StreamYard and have something else to discuss, this might not be the stream for you. So let me go over the items of discussion again tonight. Okay. So DoorDash is forcing the hands of drivers. Are some actually employees? Do you think some? I think we're leaning towards that. I think the Labor Department wants to reclassify us as employees because they believe we're misclassified. I think if that happens, we'll definitely have to have less control. But it feels like the things that the app is doing and what DoorDash is doing and the moves that they're making, whether they're for their benefit or ours, is to get us to take more orders. They're in the business of getting things delivered. Don't blame them for that at all. Also, let me see. Are drivers really independent? ? 2023 should be an interesting year. Talk about that a little bit. Do you think you're independent? Are we really independent? If the app is telling us that Sarah has a 5% acceptance rate and she doesn't get as good orders as me, if mine's 99, she's got to have to do a lot of work to get up to my level in order to see better orders. Is that fair? Is it not fair? Should DoorDash reward drivers that stay more busy? I don't know. I'm not necessarily against that necessarily. But what about the other ratings? What about the amount of time you've been with the company? What about your customer rating? What about customer comments? Do those things not matter? To DoorDash, I don't think it does. I think they just want the McDonald's orders delivered and they want us to be quiet. It's my opinion. So those are the topics tonight. And DoorDash tells us accept more, earn more. Is that a true statement in your opinion? Do you think the drivers that are accepting more orders, meaning they have a higher acceptance rate, do you think they're making more money than drivers that accept less? Topic of discussion tonight. So we have that link pinned. Let me go ahead and get right back there. All right. Edith, what up? What up? Sol Goodman, what up? Ponzi scheme. Giggity, giggity. If you are not a billionaire, then you're never truly independent. Ooh, yeah, I don't necessarily agree. I don't necessarily disagree with that. No, this is absolutely false, says Jody. Okay, I'll quit before I accept crap. Okay, let me put this comment up. I'll quit before I accept crap to potentially get better orders. I understand not everyone can do that though. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think we also have to realize we got to make money, and is it worth? Is your livelihood being affected? Is it worth just is it really bad to take a couple questionable orders or drive a little longer? I don't know. We still have to make money, right? But it is a manipulation tactic. Like I definitely believe that. I've said that. Let's see. I'm a cherry picker and I find myself sitting for long periods, says Ern. I think some other people might say that depending on the market. Some would say the cherry picking days are done. Some would say that. And the way the companies are moving is to eliminate cherry pickers, and they just want ants. They want people to take everything, keep a high acceptance rate. I think Top Dasher is done 2023. The Diamond program will be in most zones, and then that will be the Top Dashers that would cherry pick. They can't do that anymore because you're going to have to keep your acceptance above 50 or above 70, right? So it's going to change. It's going to change the way a lot of drivers work. For me, I'm multi-app, so I'm not as affected. But if you just have DoorDash, I think you're definitely going to be affected. All right. So without further ado, let me check this private chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Let me see. Oh, I think we have a lot of people waiting. All right. So let's get right into this. Get the headphones on. We are going to stick on topic. We're going to get everybody a chance to talk and speak their mind on these issues. Not issues, they're topics. Because at the end of the day, right, listen, before I bring these people in, this is just DoorDash. We deliver McDonald's. We deliver groceries. We deliver people essential items, non-essential items. We do it in the luxury of our automobile. We can wear whatever we want mostly. We can start when we want mostly. It is actually a pretty good gig to have, in my opinion. So when I complain and whine and bitch and moan and do all these things and give an opinion and maybe sprinkle some facts and share my perspective, it's because it's what I do right now. It's because what you guys do. And you watch because you do it and you want information, you want relatability. But it really isn't that. It's not the end of the world here. We're not solving the world's problems. Okay. We're not doing, so I mean, we have to take everything with a grain of salt and realize, like, real life things are happening to us. There's a lot of other things going on. Holiday season's coming up. Stressful time for many of us. Inflation's still kind of crazy. People are struggling. There's a lot of other things. People are hungry. That's why we're doing the Feed America charity thing. There's a lot of other things going on. So if the worst part of our issues is, hey, sometimes we have a miserable clown human being that doesn't tip us, or somebody says they didn't get their food, but we can still work. It's not that bad, right? So it's all about perspective, right? I just want to say that before we get going. All right. So make sure you guys have no background noise, no YouTube on. Make sure your mics are all set up. So here, let's see who we have here. I see Kimberly. I see Chris. I see LB. I see Dripping for Dinner. I see Gig Worker. I see Living Life. I see Jason. I see Sarah. I see Bud Soda. Now, Bud Soda was the first one in. Bud Soda's always the first one in. So we're gonna let Bud Soda in. We're gonna let Sarah in. We're gonna let Jason in. We're gonna let Living Life in. So we're gonna have you guys 4 come in first, and then 1, 2, 3, and then the next 5 will come in a little bit after, or maybe I'll roll some people in. Let's get this conversation started. Shout out to chat. Hit the thumbs up on the way in. All right. So we have Bud Soda. We have Sarah, we have Jason, and we have Living Live. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep, we can.
Awesome. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear everybody. Sarah, can you hear me? That's the one I didn't hear yet. Okay, Sarah, we can't hear you. So hold on. I think you're muted. So go ahead and unmute yourself. Hold on. Yeah, Sarah, your mic is muted. Okay, so go ahead and try to pop back in if you can. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys got in your mind about the topics? Bud Soda, I'll start with you first, like we usually do.
So, you know how strongly I felt about this topic in the past, but now that I have to lean on DoorDash more, and I have to disagree with you. The carpet can be pulled out underneath you anytime. Don't just say that app's trash. You might have to rely on it again. So, the fact that I have the high pay order program here and there seems to be enough profitable orders to keep me above 50%, I'm 56%. And as long as I keep cash flowing, and the way my market works is I keep that dollar per mile or around that back and forth, like especially when I'm not close to the merchant, I'm further away. And it really, really helped keep busy. I went and experimented in my market. I went and made $100 in an area where just no one was attending to the Instacart orders, and they were all paying good money. So I went and did 3 orders, made my $100. Then I came back.
Hold on, Bud Soda. Let's stick to we're talking DoorDash. So all the multi-apping, all that is out the window in this conversation. So my question is, with DoorDash, accept more, earn more. Do you think that's a true statement? Do you think if you accept more orders with DoorDash, you'll make more money at the end, actual money?
If your market has enough profitable orders, I think in your case, for example, you have so many orders in your market because your area is such a large, diverse area that it's not worth it for you to do the high pay order program. But in my market, it's a more rural market where most of the orders are paying $1 per mile plus, and you can get some coming back and just keep making round trips all day. It is, but this also depends on the vehicle you drive and whether you can be profitable in it. So it widely depends. I'm actually doing really well on doing it. My acceptance rate took the hardest beating that's ever taken today because a lot of the orders weren't paying that good, but I'm still above that 50%. I am top dasher now, and I had an 80% acceptance rate when I got it. So 80% acceptance at the end of last month is how profitable the orders were. But to be fair, that was leading into Halloween. So I just think there's more good offers out there available where there isn't today, for example.
Well, before I get to Jason, Living Life, and Sarah, my account still is in the diamond, whatever. I think I'm at 72% acceptance after my reset, and then I was working, but so far my experience has been I'm seeing some decent ones, I'm seeing bad ones, I'm seeing the same type of orders I was seeing 3 months ago. So I haven't seen a difference yet in my market. If anything, I'm actually making a little bit less money, but that's self-inflicted because I was testing some things and took some orders I normally wouldn't take. But so Jason, what do you say? Accept more, earn more. Do you think that's a true statement that DoorDash is telling us?
No, I totally disagree. I've been from what I see in my market, and I have a friend that also dashes in another state, and his acceptance rate is somewhere around 75, and I'm at right now I'm at 36%, and I still make the same amount of money he does in the same amount of time.
Right.
But like you have said before, it probably matters to market, not to the whole United States
for sure
as a whole.
Yeah. And I think we've seen a mixed bag of results. I think some people really like the diamond, some don't like the diamond. I think it depends. And I think, I think that's, I'm not surprised that we're seeing different results. And I think even last year we would see different results on YouTube or in Reddits or Facebook groups because people would say, and I'm not really making money. My app's not going off. And then five states away, another driver's like, I'm killing it. It's great. My app's on fire, so I think we're going to see similar things with this diamond program and accept more, earn more from different people. But Living Life, what do you say? Accept more, earn more. Do you think that's a true or false statement?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
No, I was saying Living Life. So do you think accept more, earn more, what DoorDash is telling drivers? Do you think that is true? As a driver, if you accept more, you're going to make more?
It depends on the market, Pedro. I'm in a new market right now. I'm in the Miami area. And here in this area, in my old area, which was a more rural area in Ocala, there, yes. Here, where I'm at right now, absolutely not. I will decline orders all day long because I will get garbage orders. $2 orders, like today, to be exact. I got an order and they stacked it, and I didn't even see that they stacked it. And I had a $2 garbage order, and it was to a college, and I couldn't find the customer, and I called DoorDash support, and they actually told me, "Oh, okay, just leave it at the reception, and everything will be okay." And then I look at my ratings, and I have a contract violation. because they said customer never received the order.
That's crazy, man.
It is. But after I was arguing, I did a submit, and now I looked at my app, and I don't have that contract violation anymore.
Yeah, sometimes they'll fall if you submit the right stuff in a timely manner. If they know that it was fraud on the customer's end, they'll go away. You don't have to wait on.
I was on the phone with them when I was doing it, but I had been there already like 15 minutes, and I was done, and I couldn't reach the customer. The customer's phone number was disconnected. It was just a big old mess. But I think it's all market dependent. In my old market, yes, I had to accept more to make more. In this market that I'm in now, absolutely not. I'll make more money. I'm not going to say cherry picking, but picking the right orders where I'm going to make the most profit on.
Right. Sarah, what about you? What do you think?
I'm going to build on what the previous person just said. I'm sorry, I don't remember your name. I think you're putting more wear and tear on your car. So I think that's not necessarily, I don't agree with that at all. Like I just spent a fortune on repairs on my car because I was taking more orders, and in the end, it really didn't benefit me in that particular way. I live closer to New York City. I live closer to it. So Market Specific. So yeah, and a similar things happened to me where the customer didn't get their order, and so no, I don't agree with that at all. And I'm a moderate cherry picker. So,
what do you mean by moderate? What's that? What does that mean to you?
I really look at the order closely, and I decide whether I really want it or not. I look at like mileage versus distance. If it's a stacked order, I mean, one time I didn't catch that. Whether what the order is, if it's a package or something like that, or I'm not going to take it because I don't know what it is. I look at it closely, and that's what I meant by that.
Gotcha. Okay, I gotcha. Would you say that are you hitting first off, how long have you been doing this? And then secondly, are you still able to meet your goals currently? How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel like DoorDash is like the orders you're getting? Are you meeting your goals? How do you feel?
Okay, I've been in the gig economy for 2.5 years. So like right when the pandemic started. And sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And I do multi-app. And I do struggle. Sometimes I do this. I have a regular job. I do this part-time. And because everything is so expensive, so that's why I really cracked, with the cherry picking, because I want to try to not travel so far. And then sometimes they're on tips. So that's another thing. So, that's a whole other, I've heard you talk about that. I'm new to your channel, but I've been watching your channel for a while. So
thank you. Jason, is that a bird?
Yes. That's my,
so introduce the bird to us, please. And let's talk about why you got the bird with you. This is the first on the channel, so I'm excited.
This is Sweet Pea, and she's bonded to me. So she likes to be with me all the time.
Okay.
If she don't, she squawks like crazy.
That's cool, man. That's cool. No, that's awesome. I think that I've never seen I think this is one of the first times we've had a bird, maybe a dog and a cat here and there, but pretty neat, man. I appreciate you bringing her on with us. So that's pretty cool. So Jason, for you, are you meeting your goals? Are you hitting your goals? Do you feel the need that are you going to adapt because, maybe DoorDash is going to treat you different now if you keep a low acceptance rate? Like, are you thinking about those things? What do you say about that?
No, I just started adapting, actually. I started multi-apping.
Okay.
Because I was not meeting my goals at DoorDash. Okay. And this is a part-time gig for me, like most people. Mm-hmm. And I'm just trying to get debt free. So that's my goal. And if I don't do it through DoorDash or other apps, I'll find another way to do it.
Got it. Okay. So that you're adapting by adding some different apps, and if DoorDash isn't going to work for you, you'll try something else because your goal is to get out of debt and be debt free, and you got the eye on the prize, and nothing's going to stop you either way. Does that sound about right?
That's correct.
That's what's up. So let me get back to you. So I know you were gifted Top Dasher. You're also in a diamond zone though, right?
I did get gifted Top Dasher this time. I earned it the hard way by having 80% AR, all profitable orders. I think what a lot of people forget is how to hustle. I mentioned that earlier in a comment, is you got to learn how to hustle, how to stay busy during the slow times, and how to stay busy on the slower days. So, like today, usually Sunday's great for me. It wasn't such a great Sunday for me, but it is off military payday. You got to be able to adapt, hustle, and I believe using the high pay order program for DoorDash in my market specifically, but you have to multi-app with it. So learn in your own market, guys. Like, if it works for you, great. Go back to cherry picking and scheduling. Like, if I don't make 70%, oh well, I lose Dash now. I'm happy to schedule. So it doesn't affect me either way. I do manipulate it a lot by pausing, and it does seem to work really, really well for me. So I am making better money than I used to when I was before I had Spark, and I was just doing DoorDash, Grubhub, Instacart. So I think this new program, if there's enough profitable orders available to you in your market, it's going to be lucrative for you. And this is also why I recommend going an hour out in your area and being able to learn all that area so you can dash in those areas and you can keep making money. If that large order, if you're a large order driver like I am, you am, and a few others here, if you're willing to go, 20 miles for $35, that lands you in a whole new area that maybe you're not familiar with, hey, go learn it. Knock yourself out and learn how to adapt and make your money. Because it's ridiculous to not do that. Why would you leave 35 guaranteed bucks that you maybe can knock out in half hour on the table when you could be, doing better for yourself? I really feel that a lot of people forget about those kind of things, and those are the kind of large orders I have to do that sometimes it drags me all the way to the city to go do them because no one else wants to do those large orders, and they proc me to go do it instead when I'm on the military base further away, but it still pays my money and I know how to work my way back. It's not very hard for me.
Got it. Let me ask you guys. I want to ask Sarah first.
Yeah.
Are we independent contractors? Like when you hear that word, like, are we really independent contractors? What do you say about that?
At first, I was under the impression we were in the beginning. Then when I really started to get notice that when I wasn't accepting those orders that they wanted to take, because I really was becoming really educated about the gig economy just from learning, from watching channels and talking to the drivers. They kind of like didn't send me any orders. I'm like, what's going on? Are people not ordering, or are they just not sending because I'm not accepting them? So it's like they, like you said before, either we accept what they give us or they won't send them to us. So
yeah,
I think I don't like saying that. I think possibly we might end up not being independent contractors anymore. I don't like to think that way, but it's like their way of kind of saying they want every order delivered. And I think they're going to find a way. There's always a loophole, there's always a way around it to get those orders delivered, regardless of how much they pay and the distance. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to, that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, clearly they want us to accept more.
They don't care. And I'm at 35%, 37% acceptance. So they're probably, I could be in jeopardy because I heard that they want a 60% acceptance rate. I don't know if that's true or not. I've heard that through other people, other people.
What I know is that if you're in a diamond zone, in order, they want you to be above 50 to get priority on what they consider high paying orders. But, there's going to be a lot of information. I saw a video earlier that said, DoorDash drivers are getting fired. That's not happening. Like, we have to, like, just because your acceptance rate is 35% doesn't mean you're not going to be able to work. It just means maybe you might have to work different depending on your market and what other drivers around you are doing, right? So we all have to go out there and work the app ourselves and see what our market's doing for us. But we have to remember, like, there isn't like all these deactivation. Like, it's just not, just because one or two happen here or there doesn't mean that DoorDash is getting rid of all these low acceptance rate drivers. Like, that's false information in my opinion. So Jason, are we independent, man? What do you think? I know you do this part time. You're getting out of debt. That's your goal. But do you feel like you're independent or do you not?
So let me explain to you. I used to be a contractor for cable. I was an independent contractor. And it got to the point where they pulled the strings so much that you were not making any money. And I think that's the way eventually, I don't like to say this, but it's eventually the way DoorDash is going to go. They're going to keep that leash so tight that you're going to have, it's going to be like you're still an independent contractor, but it's with all the rules of being an employee.
Yeah. I think that's we're already there in some places, and I think we're leaning towards that. It's, I don't know. It's not something that I worry about for me, but I'm curious about what it means for future drivers that might be new. Maybe they're just getting into this now, or, even the veterans have been doing it a while. Will that affect them? Will that make them not want to do this work anymore? Will they get a different kind of gig, a W-2? So I think a lot's going to happen in the next 6 to 9 months, but I still think there's money to be made. People still going to order on these apps. People still want to have things delivered to them, shopping, courier service. I think that's still going to be there. I just think the way that we move and how we navigate it might be a little bit different. But sort of, what do you say? Do you feel like you're an independent contractor, or do you not?
Oh yeah, I could put my acceptance rate down to single digits, and they'll still send me offers. It's just the fact that I'm more likely to get that stack. And it's not like those stacks are all going to be $12.50 plus. A lot of them are going to be 10, 11, something like that. But in the middle of the afternoon, that keeps you busy. But I really feel that we're still independent and we can do as we choose. And honestly, I think one thing that people sleep on is DoorDash is partnering with a lot of grocers around the country, and Target, obviously. And the holidays are coming, guys. Don't sleep on those orders. They can pay mucho bucks, but only take at face value. Do not bet on hidden tips. It's very rare there's a market where there's hidden tip on shopping pays. Take them at face value, but it's going to be that time of year where it's going to be busier for that. And the more merchants that they bring on, the better. People think Big Lots and all those are bad. I have yet to see a Big Lots order that's like no tip, terrible. So I really feel that the more opportunities we give ourselves and we have a more open mind, the more money we're going to make, more profitable we're going to be. And don't just sit there and say, no, I'm not taking it because it's not $2 a mile. You can't think like that. You got to think about where that order is leaving you. You often do that. Team highway miles. And when you're cruising down the highway at 55 miles an hour, you're not putting that wear and tear in your car. You're getting better fuel mileage. You're not spending as much money. I just dropped off a long distance order. So there's money to be made if you're willing to go get it. Find those hidden honey holes in your market. We're independent contractors. It's our job to figure out how to adapt and overcome and learn, and how to manipulate the apps to work for us, not to work for them as a W-2. We're 1099 independent contractor, and let's stay that way.
I agree with that. I appreciate you guys for coming on. Any final words before I got a lot of people waiting? Sarah, Jason, any final words you'd like to add to the conversation?
Just thank you for everything you do, Pedro. You really help a lot of people out there.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm honored to do that, man. I'm just a crazy guy that rambles and rants, but I definitely feel like it's. I try to help when I can. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I'm going to let's see. We're going to get these. Okay, so we have. Let me see who we got waiting here. Let me see. I see Driven for Dinner. I see Gig Worker 239. Chris. I see Nova, and I see LB, and I also see Hector. I'm gonna bring you guys all in just about a minute. I'm going to announce the 10. I forgot to do it earlier. The swag bag giveaway we did. I'm gonna announce the 10 winners right now. I commented on those 10 winners in the video from 2 days ago, so you will see that I commented on them. But I'm gonna share this information now, and then I'm also gonna put up my email. So if you are one of these 10 winners, you can email me. here, and I will do my due diligence to verify and check the comment and all that and make sure it's being sent to the right person. I'm going to do this every other week, every 2 or 3 weeks, picking 10 people or so to send out bags. I got about 100 bags, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And they're just sitting in my garage. I want to get them out to the people because there's some cool swag in there. And I know a lot of people didn't make the live event, and I've sent out some swag bags already, but I'm going to send more out. So, man, this thing is blowing up. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull up my notes, and I'm going to share those 10 winners right now, and we'll continue on with the conversation. So, drum roll, please. All right. So, first winner is Robert Allison. Second winner, Danielle Blevins. The third winner is Margie. Fourth winner is David Mount. Sandy Brawley was the fifth winner. Sean Chapman was the sixth winner. Christopher Taylor was the seventh winner. Terry Reed was the eighth winner. Greg Downend was the ninth winner. And Giovanni, last name starts with an F, Cefamino, something like that, was the 10th winner. So once again, we have Robert Allison, Danielle Blevins, Margie, David Mount, Sandy Brawley, Sean Chapman, Christopher Taylor, Terry Reed, Greg Downend, and Giovanni Cefamino. Now, those are the 10 winners. Reach out to me at that email if you're watching this live or watching it on the replay. If you're here now, go ahead and if I see your comment, you can comment that. But you want to go ahead and email me, and I will facilitate getting the bag to you. And I did talk to 4 or 5 other people offline, and those bags will be coming this week to you as well. So if I didn't mention your name, but I've talked to you via text or email, know that you will be getting a bag as well. So Robert, Danielle, Margie, David, Sandy, Sean, Christopher, Terry, Greg, and Giovanni, congratulations. Appreciate you guys for watching. Appreciate you for leaving a comment. Appreciate it very, very much. Now, let's go ahead and I'm going to leave that email up just for a little bit. Now, we have some people to bring in. So let's bring in, we got Gig Worker 239. All right. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Awesome. I can. We have Driven for Dinner. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Good to see you. We have Chris. How you doing, my friend?
Good, sir.
All right. We have Nova Dasher. What's up, man?
What's up, dude?
Man, listen, we got to talk offline. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Dude, I lost my voice at the game, dude. It was a blast. But
crazy,
yeah,
crazy. All right, LB, are you there? Can you hear us?
Yep, I hear you.
All right, and I think I have Hector as well. Hold on, let me see if he's ready. Hector, are you there?
What's good?
Awesome.
Good, guys?
All right. So, what do you guys think? Top Dasher, are they being affected? These diamond zones. If drivers accept more, do they earn more? What do you guys think about what's happening in DoorDash? A lot of videos, a lot of different opinions, a lot's happening in the last couple of months. I think it's going to continue to be different. We'll start with Gig Worker, and we'll kind of go around. So what do you say, Gig Worker 239?
Can you? I didn't expect you to actually pick me, and I was just like busy doing something. Can you just repeat the question?
So with DoorDash,
yeah,
they're telling drivers that if we accept more, that we're going to earn more. Do you think that's a true statement? That if you accept more orders, you actually will make more money?
All right. I was going to give you a short answer, but this is just to let you know, I've been doing the gig work and these kinds of things since the inception of Uber. Forget Uber though. Here, and I don't want to sound like I'm, I know everything or whatever, but I have quite a good insight on this. And like people keep saying it, because they don't really know a lot of the times what's out in other states and other markets, et cetera, et cetera. It is all about your market. It's a supply and demand chain, or a curve, if you will, that has to do with market specific stuff. Some people live in big cities with a plethora of orders, and great orders can come in, and you can manipulate your acceptance rate. It doesn't matter. Some states or cities, smaller, whatever, you cannot do that because you'll be dead in the water, because at the end of the day, there's only so many orders that you're going to get in a day, maybe 4, 5, 6 orders in a whole day. And if you don't take those orders, then you have nothing. There's so many variables in this business that's manipulated by whatever you call it, the mother company, if you will, these gig economies that you will never be able to understand because that's by design. And it just depends your market, and the only way that you can do that is to test the water. I go out for when I've done this in New York City, Seattle, Florida, all over the country. And what I realize is it's totally market specific compared to what you should be doing, shouldn't be doing. You know, one guy will tell you, "Oh, of course, you know, I'm getting these big orders, and you should accept more," and that's not true for the next guy. And so, you know,
no, yeah, I hear you. I think you're bringing up some really good points, like some of the people in the chat are saying. So, what do you say to somebody like me? Or other people that have channels and we talk about no tip, no trip. You got to do this. You should do that. It sounds like, you know, you're saying like that stuff doesn't really matter because we have to figure out what works for you individually. Is that, what do you say to people that make videos
totally.
and say, well, no, you got to be a top dasher to make more money, and everybody, you know, what do you say to that kind of stuff?
You're all correct as long as you've done your due diligence. Right. What I do is I go for literally 24 hours a day in each. If I ever move and I go into a different market or whatever market I'm doing, you have to see what's going on for an extended period of time for literally 24 hours a day. So my market, I live in Naples, Florida, and the longer you work in the middle of the day, the less per hour you make because there's nothing to be had. And then, you know, more variables come into play. You have no idea how many people dash in your area. You have no idea. You know what I'm saying? Things change on a, you know, you're bringing COVID thing. There's so many variables that you can't account for. Say this was a scientific experiment. There's no possible way that a driver can know that. It's just so all you can do is go out and spend 24 hours a day for say 2 or 3 months or whatever you can do and figure out what is my market doing and can I do I have to take those $7 orders and am I just making 75, 100 for a day or 150 for 12 hours or something like that, or can I not? And can I cherry pick orders and get $20 orders? In New York City on the Upper West Side, I could cherry pick orders all day because there were so many rich people there that they would tip you $10, $20 at night. Every person would tip you like that. It didn't matter what happened. But in Naples, if you miss out on these small orders, you're dead in the water.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good point. Driven for dinner. What do you say? Do you think accept more, earn more? Do you think that is a true statement? And remind us, are you in a diamond zone? Like share your perspective, Driven for dinner.
Yeah, I got the diamond zone a while ago. So I did reset my acceptance rate. I guess it was like 6 weeks ago it came.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I hit Top Dasher again for this month because as you know, So, but I think it's a complicated question because I'm not going to repeat the market stuff. Everybody knows it. Like, if you don't know it, then go watch other people's videos.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to say is that I've had to be far more dependent on other apps as I've let my AR go down because as we've discussed in the past, I have to drive. I get a lot of my 275s. I mean, yeah, yours look obscene, but like mine are like sometimes 22 miles. I had one going 22 miles today for 275 that they wanted me to take.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Wow.
And so, you know, it's like a whole different world out here and I can't do that. So like I spend a lot of time laughing at my phone. People have to think I'm insane in my car. Like how much I talk to my phone, like without actually like having, it's nuts. So, but the point is that I'm seeing, I think this is multifaceted because am I seeing less orders? No, I think it's all the same. I think the big thing for me, and you've seen it, because I mean, I watch your videos every single day and you still got that, you know, the last one I saw, you still had the diamond there.
Yeah.
You see, I think the big thing is you see the plus.
Yes. Yeah, you
I
see,
think
so you don't have to guess if it's going to be more. You know, you see the plus, and also what I realized the last day I worked, um, my app always kind of goes off a lot, but like the one thing I noticed that was weird was that I was on a stack, and before I would drop off like the first or even second one, they'd send me another one, and
yeah.
sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. So there could be something to the priority of them sending you an order, but it doesn't mean it's going to be good. So sometimes it's luck, it's good, and sometimes it's bad. So it's like
Exactly.
it's the one fact that we got to remember is like they could prioritize your account, but if you're in a bad area, you're going to still see shit. And if you're in a
Well,
good
yeah.
area, maybe you'll see good stuff. So it doesn't matter. Like Gig Worker 239, like each market's going to be a little different. And you got to, cipher through that on your own,
Well, and like I said, I mean, with the plus sign, when you're in that, that spectrum, like, yes, number one, you have to have, I think you are going to get first priority. Like, I do think that's real. Do I think that if there's a busy enough market, it's not going to matter? Like when my zone says very busy, it doesn't really affect me. If I'm dashing when it's gray, it still doesn't affect me. But if I'm dashing when it's like light red, that's where I see the difference. Like I'm not, I don't think I'm being picked because I'm watching where I'm sitting, like people driving off and I'm not. And I'm coming across a lot of new baby drivers that are like, how do I get their attention? How do I do this? How do I do that? And so I'm like helping them. And I'm like, yeah, they're taking everything because I know what I've declined and I'm watching those orders go out the door when I come in to get a good order. Yeah. But the point is that like I'm like that plus sign was so helpful. I missed the plus sign, but I couldn't do what they tried to do to me in the last 24 hours.
No, I hear you.
And I think the thing is that sometimes it can feel like you're not getting as many good orders because you're not seeing the plus, but that's 675 today. Like that's my magic number, right?
Yep.
Because I got a 275 base. So my magic number is 675. And those 675s have been turning into 950s, 1050s all day today and yesterday. And so I think it's a mind game that they play where you can't see the plus sign. So you think 675 is just 675 and you're like, oh, this is crap. But it's not. You just, you're used to seeing that plus sign from being in the diamond. And so, it's like, but again, I have to multi-app. Like, I had a disastrous episode with Flex. I'll never do that again. But Uber Eats like saved me. Like it's been coming in clutch. It's been coming in strong. I mean, I'm at 50-50 right now, and that's never happened.
Yeah. Wow.
And so, but like I said, I think it's mind games. I think that they not only just like showing you the diamond to make you feel special and pretty, but also seeing 675 plus versus seeing just 675, you kind of forget that old mindset of 675 is my magic number. I should take 675. What am I doing not taking 675? So I don't know if that makes any sense.
Sorry. Could I ask everyone a quick question? That does like or is in a diamond zone or whatever. Top Dasher, obviously you were able to dash at any point in the day or night. I'm in a diamond zone, but I don't see the ability to dash whenever I want based on being in a diamond zone. There's no like
no, because Top Dasher isn't diamond. So you still have to earn Top Dasher. And like if you go on to the website for Doordash, it still tells you the only benefits of being Top Dasher that you can dash now and you get priority service for support. And I can tell you that right there is huge. Like I get to support probably in like 35 to 60 seconds on busy nights. That part is really nice.
Scheduling then basically the entire country is going from like on demand basically if you're a top dasher quote unquote to complete scheduling, right? Because you have to schedule, right? You're in a diamond zone, you've got to schedule, right?
No, they're like I said, they're two separate programs.
Unless it's busy. Okay, I don't know.
They're two separate programs. You've got your diamond program, which is based on your AR throughout the month, every single day. And then you've got your Top Dasher program, which is based on your AR at the end of the month, like on the 1st. And they say it's the last day of the month. That's a lie. I found out it's like noon on the 1st. But it's based on your AR at the end of the month. And that AR at the end of the month enables you to have that Dash Now button, and it enables you to do whatever. I can be Top Dasher without being Diamond, and I can be Diamond without being Top Dasher, or I can have both.
Is Top Dasher, do you think, in all markets, even in a market that's smaller?
Yeah, no, Top Dasher's it's national.
Anybody can be a Top Dasher if
Okay,
you
because
end the month at 70%.
I did that once. I am not Top Dasher now, but I did that once when I first started, and I made my 200 deliveries, et cetera, and all the minimum criteria. I actually literally got every single order and did it, and was doing 4.95 or whatever, everything was going good, and I was expecting come the next month, the first of the month, to get some kind of notification or anything. Nothing. Crickets. So I'm not quite sure if I'm the only Dasher to meet criteria and not be able to dash now, or if I'm in some special warped zone or something.
Well, you also have to have a completion rate of 95%. You got to have
everything was there. Everything was there.
Then who knows? I mean, who knows?
I saw a ton of YouTube videos. Like either last month or the month before, with people who had a bunch of glitches. So a lot of them had to reach out to support because they were like, it had a lot of clickbaity, like, hey, DoorDash stole my Top Dasher status. I saw quite a few of those. So reach out to support.
So let's I want to go around the room here. I want to go with LB, and then we'll go to Nova, Chris, and Hector. So what do you guys accept more, earn more, Diamond Zone? Like, what do you guys know about this? What are your thoughts on it? We'll start with LB.
I've only been doing DoorDash. My son is 3. He just started school in September. So I started when he started school, and I have a very high acceptance rate still. But just my first day, I made $10 driving all over the place because I didn't understand what I was doing. That's how I ended up here looking at these videos, obviously. But going forward, I only go out at breakfast and lunch. I'm close to town where I can just hop out for an hour or two. I don't ever schedule. And I pick and choose. If I'm out at a busy time, I pick and choose way more. If I really need some money and I have the free time, I might take some crap when I know it's not going to be busy. But the acceptance rate and all that, I don't think it matters. In my area anyway, I'm kind of like a sub-city. I've gone to bigger areas where it's been very different, and I've been able to make a lot more money in a short amount of time, and way better orders, way better tips, just a totally different experience.
So what's your acceptance rate right now?
Oh, I don't know. It's probably right around 70.
Are you in a Diamond Zone where you had the opportunity to reset your acceptance?
I don't even know what that means. What is a Diamond Zone?
So it's some zones have it to where if you keep your acceptance rate above 50%, you'll get priority on what they deem high paying orders, paying you like $1.50 to $2 per mile. If you don't, if you have, you notice it on your phone will look different to be a little diamond icon. The offer would read that this is a high paying order, but so you don't have that yet. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, no, I don't know nothing about that. I used to take these little orders, and even if they were 2 or 3 miles, but with the traffic and the lights, it wasn't worth it, because in that time I spent doing that order, I could have got something better. I realized, during lunch and breakfast hours, especially. Other parts of the day, if I'm just sitting and it's like a $4 or $5 thing and it's 2 miles, I might take it. It just depends.
Yeah, absolutely. So Nova, what is your acceptance rate? I know it's probably 1%. And then what do you think about accept more, earn more? Share your experience with the people. I know
well, technically I'm in a Diamond Zone, but I didn't reset my acceptance rating because I know that it's never going to be that high organically. And I didn't want him to confuse me with emojis and all the plus signs. I don't need any of that. For me, if it's 625, 3 miles in my market, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So if right now I'm sitting let me double check here. 7%. 7%. And for me, for example, with Gary's apps with DOH, it keeps track of my declines. And for October, I declined over 2,500 orders, which sounds insane to say. Wow. You know what I mean? and I just hit 19,000 deliveries. So it got me thinking, like, how many have I declined? You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Because I don't have any problem sitting in my car declining bad orders. There's just so many bad orders. So for every good order that I see, I might decline 10, 15 that are bad. 225s, 10 miles.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you a question. Have you noticed any change in the last couple of months, or are you still making about what you make? Are you still hitting your goals? What can you say to that?
Yeah, I think for me, honestly, it feels about the same, to be honest. It's funny because in the parking lot that I sit, I see other drivers, and I can see them taking the orders that I'm declining.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, I heard his phone go off. You can hear the little iPhone chime, the ding, 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 ding. You know what I mean? I think, for me, I think I've been in this for so long that DoorDash is just full of mind games. Like the acceptance rating shouldn't even be there because it doesn't matter, in my opinion, in my market. You know what I mean? But if you're new, you don't know that. And then when it goes red, you're like, "Whoa, red is bad, right?" So you want it to be green, and things like that. The only time
it's all a mind game. It's all a mind game. Everything, the whole scheme is just a mind game to herd cattle.
For sure.
I got so many messages as a new deliverer as my acceptance rate kept dropping. I couldn't even count the messages they sent me about it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. No, so you're in Virginia, right? Outside, good area, good market. You've been 19,000 deliveries. That's crazy. Congrats. I mean, that's
that is crazy.
You're hustling, you're grinding.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But like,
awesome.
Did you even consider resetting your? Did you think about it at all?
I think I thought about it for a hot second. A lot of people in my comment sections were like, "Don't do it. Like it's not worth it. Don't do it. This and that." And I feel like the diamond thing is going to roll out everywhere eventually, anyways.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean? So like for me, I'm like my rating is never that high, not because I don't want it to be that high, but because there's so much garbage out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm just like, why do it, knowing that it's never going to be that high anyways, So for me, I think we've all said it, it's about knowing your market. Like for me, it's about my time, right? So my Cheesecake Factory is really fast. So when an order comes from there, unless it's paying $2.25 or $5 or lower, I almost always take him because the food's ready. I can't say the same thing about a Chipotle or like a PF Chang's or Maggiano's, whatever. I rather take those knowing that it's ready and I can knock 2 or 3 out maybe in an hour. And usually they always pay a little bit more, $9, $10. But I'll get the bangers, every now and then. And I'm lucky enough that in my market we have a lot of retail orders from Macy's that are usually pretty high paying. But I don't really count on those. They're more like a bonus. If they're there, cool.
Yeah, because those aren't going to be regular. They're not going to come a lot.
Yeah,
we might see more of those in the next 6 to 8 weeks because of the holiday season and things like that. But that's not normal necessarily. But Chris, how you doing tonight, sir?
Good, sir. Remember,
go ahead. Share your perspective on the topics tonight.
Remember, I'm in a very small market. My market's only 5 miles square.
Right.
So I think this Diamond Zone, it allows the app to prioritize the people that are on the shift. For the mere fact that we'll say in my market there might be 100 people out dashing. Well, if you don't have a high score, then we don't have those big restaurants like the big cities does. A lot of ours is McDonald's, Burger King. We have Safeway. We have a Walmart, and that's you have to really be very selective to get those high-paying orders. So if I don't get my acceptance rate up and I have that computer go ahead and put me at the top of the list, then I'm going to get the $2 and $3 orders. So, you hear all these people in the large markets, they're like, oh, we have a lot of selection of different restaurants we can choose from. Here, we don't have that selection. We get what we got. So, I mean, it's for me.
You're in the exact opposite situation as Nova. Nova is in a much bigger area, 20 times your size probably, and he can be selective. But you're saying, hey, I can't do that. I need to keep my AR high so that I can get that priority that DoorDash is telling me. And that's what kind of works for you. So it sounds like you guys are in 2 different worlds, kind of.
And for me, to have Dash on demand and stuff, there'd be times that you go to try to log in and there's no schedule ever. There's people that are waiting out there to wait and see if they could get a schedule, and they will never work because me, I always go ahead and schedule myself the week in advance. So there's people like me that go ahead and buy up all the blocks of time that are allotted. So those new people, they're going to be waiting out there for the garbage, and that's how it is. Like for us, we have a military base here. So to get on the military base, you have to have a special ID card. There's a lot of people who don't want to go onto the military base because they have to go through a background check to get the ID card.
So you mean, hold on, you mean as a driver, you have to have that just to even deliver to that base? Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Oh, wow.
And that's a separate zone. So they also have DoorDash on the military base that delivers food from the retail outlets on that base. So if you don't use because they have a convenience store, they have Popeye's Chicken, they have a Burger King, they have a Dunkin' Donuts, and to say, well, I'm not gonna think of the military base as a college campus because it's a basic training facility. So all the students that go to school there, they're all in their 20s and young. So they want all the services that you would have at a college campus delivered to them because they can't leave. But there's a lot of the people that refuse to go and get the ID card or can't because they can't pass the background check. So, I mean, there's a lot of things in the small market that I live in that take priority. And if I don't go ahead and schedule myself and I don't go ahead and allow the computer to say, hey, I'm willing to take these jobs and allow the computer to do its thing and put me at the above, then I'm not going to get any work. I'm just going to sit in my car and wait for all day. So,
it sounds like it's harder on you. It sounds.
I have a question for him when he's done.
So I mean, I watch your videos every day, and my people are from St. Louis. They're from Afton. So,
I went to Afton High School. I know that area very well.
Yeah. So I mean, I know your area really good because we grew up there. But to see, to go from a huge market like you, where you can drive to another market, or you can drive to where it's busier. My driving too busy is to go and park in a Safeway parking lot, knowing that there might be a shop and pay order, or there might be an alcohol pickup, or there might be something that I, would pay me more. So for me, I have to be very selective on where I park and make sure that there's not a whole bunch of dashers sitting in that parking lot, because you can see where they're all pulled up in one spot, and you want to go into a different spot than they are. So I mean, to watch you and to watch the other people in large markets, it's a totally different story for me, because I mean, what works for me in this market, and we have a lot of small mom and pop restaurants that deliver from, and I mean, you just gotta.
It's different. It sounds like it's you have to there's a few more boxes you have to check off just to even maybe to begin to dash, whether it's a scheduling thing or I haven't scheduled in forever. And so like I'm real lucky. I think Nova's lucky in that regard. Nova might see a lot of trash, but Nova knows, hey, if I need to go out and make $200, he's gonna make $200. It might take him 8 hours, it might take him 12, but he's gonna make it. And I feel the same way. But so I always appreciate hearing a perspective of somebody that is in a market where they have to do I feel like you got to grind harder in different ways, because you have to like even do things before you even want to work, having some kind of ID and scheduling and all that kind of stuff. And, realizing you might sit for a while. And, so I think it's interesting. And it
Plus here,
I'm super lucky. I just know that.
Plus here, 8 o'clock is the target number. Anything after 8 o'clock, there won't be anything. Most things close up. This town is pretty much sealed up, because once the military goes to bed and everybody either works for the military or the government or the Border Patrol in some way, shape, or form, everybody gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So once they're in bed, there's no business.
Yeah, your zone just kind of shuts
wrap
down.
up
It
and
just
go
shuts
back in the
down.
house.
Yeah.
Sheila,
had a question, right?
Go ahead, ma'am.
I have a question. Where
sorry.
you're at, do they have peak pay like on a regular basis? Because I know there's a town like 10 minutes from me that always has $3 peak pay, but you can sit there all day and get like 3 orders. Is
The only
that
time
like
you're
a
gonna get
thing in your town?
the only time you're gonna get peak pay here is the other day we had a major rainstorm come through and it was super cold.
See, I
They
find
gave
it
a
odd.
$1 an hour, so that was the only time. And real early in the morning, so we're talking 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, where a shift nobody in their right mind's ever going to come out and take, because they're the only thing that's going to be open in this town is the Denny's. That's it.
Yeah, I have a town like 10, 15 minutes away. Always has $3 peak pay, 24/7. My parents live there. I've been at their house and logged in, and nothing for hours. But they
Sometimes there's
always
peak pay. Yeah.
offer that peak pay, but it's kind of a scam, because if you went there, you still wouldn't make nothing.
Yep.
And that's how this is. They'll offer the peak pay, and then you just start seeing everybody thinking they're going to be making money. So they all come out of the woodworks like little roaches.
Right.
But not one person will make any money. So it's turn the app off and you go home. And
Little
you wait an hour
roaches.
till the peak pay goes away, and then you come back out and start making money.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's
Hector,
crazy.
I want to get Hector's thoughts on this. Jump in, man. I know you had a boring week. The Giants are off, but what do you got for us on this lovely Sunday night?
It hasn't been boring. Yeah, at least the Jets won, so we could go.
The
with
Jets
that.
did win. I actually
Yeah.
saw that coming. I was like, I
Biggest
thought they were going to
cadasser.
upset.
Yeah, I was upset, but
Yeah.
it's what you people are talking about. Acceptance rate. When you start accepting every orders, I kind of see that algorithm showing up in my market. I'm in the Houston market, so I kind of do see that. I see that during like the slow hours. Like, for example, I work like very early morning. I work like around 8 o'clock in the morning, whatever. If I decline one order, then they'll send me another order. That's even worse than the other one. They decline that one, they won't send me anything for a while. Like, I'm sitting there like a duck. Like I'm not doing anything. So I do feel like that on that aspect. Yeah, I think if you do accept more, you do kind of earn more. But again, it's all market dependent. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. You know, we all live in 50, like we all live in different places. So on that aspect, yeah. But what I do is multi-app. I think that's the best answer to whatever situation you're dealing with DoorDash. Like, stop treating DoorDash like it's a W-2. You are your own boss. Try to treat yourself like your own boss. You know what I mean? Like, there are people that don't know how to run their businesses right away. There's businesses that open up. They don't know how to run it the first year. But guess what? You might be good in your second year, and then your third year, and your fourth year. So you got to treat this like your business. You're going to strike out. When I first started, I started 4 years ago. I used to be terrible. I never multi-app. I was fortunate that I was in the DoorDash at the point where they will only give out $5 orders and higher. That was the minimum you were seeing. Everybody's seeing $2.25, $2. When I first started, it was $5. Wendy's orders were minimum $9. I would love to take Wendy's orders all day, because all you had to do is go through the drive-thru, place the order, and bang. Minimum $9, wherever it was. But now you got to learn how to multi-app. And now I've changed the way where, like, I multi-app. So, like, for example, one of the ways that I do it, so you guys can be a little bit educated, I was saying it in the chat. Anytime when DoorDash sends you an order, right, and they give you a time up top, once you hit confirm, they give you a time up top to see when you deliver the food, right? They'll say, give you like 40 minutes. Yo, try to put in an Uber order. Get an Uber order on the way. Drive the speed limit. Do whatever it takes. Like, drive the speed limit. Like, take it easy. And I'm telling you right now, you will not get a contract violation. I already have talked to a representative about this. As long as you deliver within that time frame, they give you up to 9 minutes after that delivery time, because after that 9th minute, you'll get a contract violation because you'll be 10 minutes late. So I've already asked this. You will not get deactivated. You will not get a contract violation. I've actually been doing it for 4 years, and just to show in real time, this is the lowest I've gotten to the completion, 98%. And
98 completion?
Yeah, and I'm multi-app. And with the same way with Uber, look at Uber.
What's it? I can't read it. What is it on Uber?
It's on 100% satisfaction, 3% cancellation rate.
Are you in like a big area where Uber is big though? Because I have Uber and I never get orders.
I work around the Town Ball area, so it's not really that busy. The only reason why I work in a slow market, I'm gonna explain to you why, is because I like to multi-app and I want to learn it really well. But I feel like I'm not advanced like that where like, you know, let's say I could jump from one market to another and multi-app there. No, I want to learn my market. I want to be there for 4 months. I want to know where the side streets are. I want to know where the traffic's coming out, when school's coming out, because that's really important. Once you start learning your market, you start conquering your market.
Oh yeah.
Then you could be able to multi-app very well. That's the way that I do it, you know. You know, so that's how
I just
do it.
don't see Uber orders in my area or ride shares or any of that in general.
LB, what market are you in again? What city or what town, state? Give us.
I'm in Batavia, New York. It's like between Buffalo and Rochester, New York.
Okay. I don't know much about that area. I guess it's a small. It's not.
It's just like a small city. Yeah, it's like 20 minutes from Buffalo, 20 minutes from Rochester.
Yeah.
So I could drive to a bigger city, but this is where I live.
I'm just going to give you a quick tip on that. I hate to interrupt. I know we're not supposed to talk over each other, but the real quick tip on that is get online as much as you possibly can. They'll tell you all day that acceptance rate doesn't matter with Uber. It does, but it doesn't. Like, it's not about the acceptance rate. It's really, in my market, being in a small market, it's about those points. So when you see green, you see diamond, gold, platinum, whatever it is, keep getting on, stay on. As long as it's not complete garbage, take everything you can and get those up. Because like, I can tell you from short version of this, I was strictly Uber Eats. I had my points. I was doing really well. I had to step away over the summer because my W-2 is really busy in the summer. I came back dead. Like, I was getting nothing. I finally got my diamonds, like my stars, or I don't know what the hell they are, but you know what I mean? Like, I finally got that back up.
Diamonds, rubies, and rhinestones is what I call them.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, this is the points. Like, I have so many points, right?
Yeah.
So
and so I finally got my points. I'm not
online more.
Yeah,
You'll
go online. Yeah, I mean, and with Uber, it's not like I'm gonna go on a rant. I gotta slow down, but Uber's not like Doordash. You're not gonna get as many orders in a small market because generally it is towards a different demographic of person. You're not looking at college kids. You're not looking at low income. Like, there's just a different demographic, in my opinion, with a lot of Uber Eats clients in small towns. So you've got to have that app on all the time at your house, your in-laws' house, your parents' house, and then take what you can. And the more stars you get, the more orders you're going to get. And so like, it's progressively built back up to where I'm getting good orders now again on Uber Eats, but it was very, very slow when I came back and I had 0 points. Just I'll be quiet now.
That sounds like accept more, earn more with DoorDash. You know,
right?
what I
mean? But I don't take trash though, Pedro. Like, I don't take anything. All my orders on Uber Eats are like 10, 12. They kick DoorDash's butt.
See, I see the best. So for me, my average order on Uber is better than my average order on DoorDash, but Uber just doesn't go off as much for me.
Mm-hmm.
But also my worst order is on Uber Eats. So I'll get an order for $4 going 20 miles, taking me to Illinois. I'm like, what do you want me to $4 for 20 miles? Like, you know, like it's I see more of those than I do on DoorDash, but it's just
Uber
weird.
doesn't go as far in my market. So like, they don't go out as far.
Mm-hmm. Uber goes all over. I've seen 60-mile food delivery orders on Uber taking me to
ours doesn't. Ours stops like, because remember I told you like we have that 20/17 area. Yeah. Uber is like maybe 10/10.
Yes, it's Uber. Yeah, my area is huge. It's crazy.
And also with Uber, just to touch, do not cancel. Keep your cancellation rate really low because once you start,
I'm at 10% cancel.
Yeah, you don't get no orders. You'll sit there like a duck and you will not.
Well, hold up, Hector. My cancellation rate, my cancellation rate is high on Uber as well because I have the rideshare and Uber Eats, and I still get good orders. So, like, I just think it depends on if there's not a lot of drivers and there's more orders, you're gonna see shit hit your phone. If there's a lot of drivers and not a lot of orders, then maybe your account stats might matter. But for me, like, there must be a shortage because my Uber app will go off like crazy. I'll cancel a ride because somebody didn't show up, or I'll do this, or I'll cancel an order because it was 3 miles and I accidentally accepted it because I'm playing with my phone, and then I'll get a $12 order going a mile like 30 seconds later. So it's just weird how the apps are for me.
Yeah,
but I don't know. All right, guys, I got a few people waiting. I appreciate.
Hold
you
on,
guys
I want to
for
say
coming
one
in.
thing.
Go
I
ahead,
really
go
want
ahead.
to say about the independent contractor.
Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Well, first thing, you need to know that every single time I get on to your lives, not even just in this room, but like in the room, my heart rate goes up 22 points, according to my smartwatch. So I don't know if this is bad for my health, but
hold on. Are you saying that when you come on the live, your heart rate goes up?
no, I turn your live on.
Oh, okay.
And my heart rate, like I see all the comments and I'm like, I should turn this off. Like I'm going to have a heart attack.
It's exciting.
So
it goes
I
up
don't
22
know,
points, no
I don't know
lie.
if you're saying that's good or bad. I have no idea, but
I'm usually sitting at 84. I'm at 106 right now. So really quickly, I understand where everybody's frustration is, but in my personal opinion, the definition of an independent contractor, generally speaking, puts in a bid for an order, the efficiency, how often it can be done, what time it can be done, how long it's going to take, and what the cost is. Like that's what an independent contractor does. And that's what we are. Like it's just like, you know, you look at military, I compare it to the military independent contractors versus like private sector, where they're going to take the lowest bid. So if you've got somebody out there that's willing to take crap, like they're going to get the orders. We're not going to necessarily get as many, but we're going to get good ones because we're not willing to take the crap, except for the last 4 days a month for me.
What she's saying, like my first week working where I didn't know what I was doing, I was like, damn, I took all those orders nobody else wanted. That's exactly how I felt. Because I just didn't understand yet.
But they're the lowest bidder. And so like, do I think that it's right? Do I think it's morally right? No. But do I think it's still the definition of an independent contractor? Yes, because we're deciding if we're going to take the offer. They're deciding if they want to give it to us. That's the technical definition of an independent contractor. So I don't think it's right, but I think under the Webster's dictionary definition, not the Urban Dictionary's definition, we are independent contractors.
We like to use the Urban Dictionary over here, Sheila. So
I know, but I'm like from like suburban Texas, so I don't know too much about urban life.
So what do you guys say? Let's just go around real quick. What do you guys say about that? And talking about being independent, do you feel independent? And do you feel like we're getting, even if you do you feel like we're getting more towards an employee kind of state? What do you guys say to that? And it's open up to anybody.
I think I feel independent enough, if that makes any sort of sense. Yeah. You know, I can work when I feel like it. You know, I think you know, I'm not like anti-government or something like that, but I feel like if they are gonna get into it, I feel like they're gonna mess it up. Because that's just what I think is gonna happen. I think people are gonna decide and make laws about something they've never done before. You know what I mean? So unless you have someone there voicing like, hey, I've done DoorDash, I've done Uber, this is what it's like, then they're gonna try and do their best, and it's not gonna work out, in my opinion. At least I think. Yeah. But I think a lot of people have like a W-2 mentality, like an employee mentality, when they're not employees. Like I don't consider myself like a DoorDash employee. You know what I mean? So it was funny because I saw a guy, this is kind of random. I saw he was wearing a Grow Up t-shirt, and I never seen anyone wear Grow Up gear. And I remember when I first started doing DoorDash, I looked at the team store, whatever you want to call it, for DoorDash, and I almost bought a DoorDash polo, and then I kind of had to catch myself. I'm like, why would I do that? You know what I mean? I almost did. I was real close.
Well, why didn't you? Why didn't you? Do you feel like that's like a negative because you feel like you're like an employee?
I think for me it was like free marketing. You know?
Yeah,
I saw it as free marketing. It's exact, or people that put DoorDash stickers on their car, things like that. Like I wouldn't do that, not because I'm ashamed or anything, not at all. I mean, I put myself on YouTube every single day. That's not it. Right. You know, but at the same time, like they could cut me off like that if they wanted to. You know what I mean?
Well, let me challenge you on that a little bit. I see your point, and I don't wear DoorDash gear at all, right? But I could see what you're saying about free marketing, but could it be a benefit because you got a sticker on your car, maybe you got a shirt, and people are like, oh, DoorDash, oh, you know what? Then it's like, oh, I'm gonna order something tonight, and maybe you get that order. That's a good one. It's a good customer, right? Maybe. So it could be that there's positives to marketing, right? Because you want, you know, we need people to order at the end of the day.
But part of me feels like that's on DoorDash's end. I mean, I've seen them advertise on TV, advertise on YouTube, advertise everywhere.
Yeah.
They can afford to advertise.
Yeah. I think
He's declining
if I
2,500
had,
orders a month. He doesn't need to advertise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe
It's
Nova's a bad
marketing.
example for
you
that.
know, I had somebody comments on one of my videos saying, well, when I got on DoorDash, they gave me a free mask with DoorDash on it, right? When I got on DoorDash, I got nothing but a bag. You know, I ain't getting no free mask, all that stuff. You know, and for him, he was saying that when the workers see him and they see the DoorDash mask, they help him right away. I'm like, okay. I mean, I get that, but at the same time, I could just politely say, hey, I'm picking up for so and so.
Yeah.
You know, so
In
I
my
got nothing
market,
against it.
I see the mask almost on a daily basis still. Even in people that they're not even working, but they got a DoorDash mask on. I also see the red bag, people using the red bag at like, I see people at bus stops, they got a red bag and it's a DoorDash bag and they're using it like a purse or like a bag, like a grocery bag. Like, so I definitely, the only thing I got was the bag. Yeah, I didn't get it.
But I mean, for me, I see it almost like as a missed opportunity for DoorDash because there's a lot of people that, you know, would wear DoorDash stuff if it looked good. Like if they had a DoorDash jacket that was kind of low key and it looked nice.
I'll tell you this right now. You give me a black hoodie and it's a little DoorDash logo, I'll wear that shit. I don't care. I'll wear it. If it's a hoodie, it's cool. A little flea, I'll wear it. I got no shame.
Exactly.
Like I'm like you. I mean, I got DoorDash in my middle name on YouTube. So
right.
Like, yeah, they should be giving us. I mean, it should be free. We shouldn't have to buy it.
You would think so, yeah.
They would give out that kind of stuff. What do you guys think, Chris?
Well, like for me, I have the stickers on the car.
Okay.
But I have to facilitate. The kids from the military. They come out to a waiting area. So what I do is I take a picture of my car and I tell them that I'm on my way to where their delivery drop off is, and to keep an eye out for my vehicle. And that way they know exactly who I am and what I'm picking up and where I'm going.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of rural people out there in farm areas that I go and deliver to too. And I don't want anybody to mistake me at all of what my intentions are about going.
You'll get shot.
Yeah. Shot.
Yeah, I call my customers before I get there because I'm afraid of getting shot when I go out into the country.
Oh, damn.
But I like to
I have that same.
I like to identify myself, and going back to the comment about wearing a DoorDash shirt or something, I actually took a road safety vest because we work in a lot of this is dark and there's no street lights or anything out here, and I had them custom make a DoorDash symbol on the back. But when I go into the restaurant people have already got used to seeing me and what my purpose is there, and they just go ahead and say, what are you here? You know, who do you want? And they'll pass up to other people who are just standing there with their phone out waiting.
Yeah.
And they'll know, and they'll give me my food, and I'll be out the door in like under a minute or two, while those other people are just still standing there, even just to talk to the customer. So to have your red bag in your hand like you do when you walk into the restaurant, that tells the restaurant, hey, I'm here, I'm working. This is what I need. I'm DoorDash.
Yeah, I think there's definitely benefits to that. For me, like I most of the places I go to, I've been there and they know me, so I don't even need to do much at this point, but I've been doing it for a while, and I make it a point to like the one thing I highly recommend to new people, right? Like we're talking, you know, Chris telling me, hey, I got a bag, I got this, or Nova's like, I got a mask, or the driver's got mask, and like we have to be able to identify ourselves. But once you do that, you know, the one thing I could say to drivers, if you're new and you're watching or you're listening, start talking to the host, the bartender, the staff, the manager. They need to know you on a first name basis. They see a lot of people, but you need to figure out a way to stand out, right? Hector does this really well in his markets because he's talked about this. Have conversations with them. Hey, you guys been busy today? You guys slow? Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. I know you're busy. My name's Pedro. Like, like you need to build a relationship with your local spots. So like when Chris is saying, when you walk in, you got a bag, you don't have a bag. Like when I walk in, they see me, they see my crazy hair. They're like, oh, Pedro's here. And it's like, boom, they're going to take care of me most of the time. And that's the one thing I think that we miss as drivers because we don't build enough relationships with the merchants. We too much. We try to fight with them and we're mad at them. And that happens to me, but like, we got to like get them on our side. Cause if you have good relationships with your merchants, it changes the speed of service, in my opinion, like a
Well,
whole lot.
100%, 100%.
It really could be a game changer, you know.
Yeah, and just to touch on that too, I mean, like you said, I've done that before because you know, Pedro and me, I think Nova too, we worked in the restaurant industry. So
Yeah,
like
I have.
I used to be, let me tell you something, before that happened, I was very antisocial. I would say some awkward stuff coming out of my mouth to be like, what this dude say? Like, what the hell? But once you start working in the restaurant industry, you deal with a lot of people. So you get that networking, that you start coming out of your shell, you know, trying to say. And, you know, you get to talk to people. And, man, I'm telling you, it's a great thing. Listen, you'll have such a bad day, but you'll go to that one restaurant where, like, it's a good vibe and you have, like, a nice little small conversation. Next thing you know, hey, you know, you want to deliver some stuff for us? We'll pay you, blah, blah. Oh, snap. You just opened up a new line of money to go in your pocket. And, you know, that's really important. And, you know, with the last part with the independent stuff, I think what people don't really say so much is I used to dash out in Staten Island. I moved all the way down to Houston. Now tell me one job that you could take everything from your one job and bring it all the way to Houston. And then you could go all the way to California and you could go all the way to Florida. You could even go to Hawaii. You want to do DoorDash in Hawaii? Go to Hawaii. You could do it out there too. No problem. All you got to do is tap one button and you're set. Independent contracting, they do hold it up to that point because you could go anywhere you want, and that's a really good benefit. You can move wherever you want to. You could be free. The only thing I do hate is that they are manipulating people with the diamond program. Like it's really bad, and people are actually believing it too. So that's my point on it. And then with Sheila, I understand completely what you say because I'll be going to mobile homes that have terrible roads, and I'm driving my Lexus. That was one of the reasons why I busted my lower control arm because of a stupid pothole that I didn't see. You know.
Did you see my Amazon Flex video? Oh my God.
Yeah, I get scared. That, like, you know, it took me, you know, moving to Texas. You know, it's a whole different type of animal. You know, you got to deal with ranches and mobile homes, and flying cockroaches is a zoo out here. Bro, it's no joke.
Oh, and really quickly, if you guys would like more information on customer service and how to get to know your restaurants and your customers better, you should join the live tomorrow for the Driven Mom with Ladies Night.
Oh, you know what? I did hear.
No,
that's a really good promo. I did hear about that. I didn't know y'all was doing another one. I'm gonna have to. What's tomorrow? Monday? I'm gonna have to stop in and give y'all.
Tomorrow's customer service, and then next week is like being a parent.
Okay, I like that. Nova, you were gonna say something before.
Yeah, you know, I said one other negative that I've seen is when people put things that are, you know, any brand, it almost makes you like a target, especially at nighttime. You know, people can see that you're making a drop off. You know, you might not go to the nicest part of town. You know, things like that. So I like to keep my Dashmobile just sleek a little bit, but
yeah,
it's I think, you know, there's benefits to negatives to everything, but you know, something you do what you're comfortable with and what works in your market. You know, I can't speak to being in a small market. I've never dashed in a small market. You know what I mean? But I'm sure it would take me a couple of days to, you know, adapt and figure it out, and you know, I'm sure we could still make some money.
For sure. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys. You got some people waiting. I'm gonna bring them in. You guys have a good rest of the night, and that's all. Listen, I gotta say this because Nova's here. Justin Fields is coming.
You're pretty good today, boy.
Justin Fields is coming.
For fantasy implications, maybe, man. He was great on fantasy. That's all
I'm gonna say. That's all. I'm gonna leave it at
that. They're talking about the boot ball.
Yeah,
have a good night, guys.
All right, yeah.
Peace, man.
Okay, all right. I know we got some people waiting. Hang tight. I'm gonna bring you in because you guys have been waiting for a while, and that's the right thing to do. So, let me go ahead and clean this up a bit here. 1 second. Okay, so let's see. We have, all right. 1 second. Let me get my life together here. Okay, let's get this here. What we got a set more or more. Okay, let's put that bad boy back up. All right, so yeah, I mean, nothing that we're talking about here is new, right? You know, some of these things we've talked about before, but DoorDash and these apps are changing, and they are using words and lingo and rubies, rhinestones, and emeralds to manipulate us. And that's just my opinion. This is what I think. But the one thing, and it's so cliche, and we've talked about it, and other people have talked about it. Listen, what works for you in your market works for you. It might not work for me. What works for me might not work for you. The things we talk about on this channel can be opinions and things, but you have to make it work for you. So any advice you hear, opinions, even if it's somebody coming in the comment section, a guest on the live stream, myself, other YouTube channels, you have to take all that stuff and make it your own. Because what somebody does in Cali is not going to work for you unless you live in California. They have Prop 22. So any video you see of somebody doing some stuff and they're in California, if you live in St. Louis, Missouri, that does not apply to you. The way the app works, all this, it doesn't apply, right? So if somebody's out in New York, if somebody's in Florida, that's not your market, it might not apply. I think there's some basic things you can do, right? But you got to turn the app on and work. And when these apps are telling you do this, to do this, it's all for their benefit mostly. I really believe that, because my DoorDash advertisements, okay, and the thumbnail of this live says earn $21 an hour in St. Louis. I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I start making $21 an hour with DoorDash, it's not good. That's a pay cut for me, right? But they're telling me 21 because if I'm a good little soldier and I take everything, that's probably about what I'll make. I don't want to make $21 an hour. The difference between making $21 and $26 an hour is a $5 difference. If you know how to move and you're selective, you don't take trash, that $5, if you work 40 hours a week, it's $10,000 a year. So do you want to make more money or do you want to make DoorDash more money? It's as simple as that. And most of us, in my opinion, should not be working these apps for a long period of time. And if you do, then eventually you'll fold in and you'll probably be an employee. That might work for you. That's not what we try to talk about here. We talk about using the apps as a stepping stone, doing something else. We talk about multi-apping. We talk about betting on ourselves. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to give you the best DoorDash advice on how to work the app. I'm going to be the guy that's going to give you a little bit of that, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of relatability, a little bit of sharing my story. And I back it up with giving you daily content to show you my journey. There are a lot of other good channels that can talk to you about this and that, and that's cool. You're not going to get all that stuff here because DoorDash is not my end game. And in my opinion, it should not be 99% of y'all's. It should not be your end game. It is a stepping stone to reach a goal. That's how I look at it, right? So we got some people waiting. Sorry for the little rant there. Sometimes when I feel passionate about something, I just got to hear myself talk. So, all right. So we have, I think Adana. We have Door to Door. We have 4-Door Dasher something, and we have EL. So I'm gonna bring all you guys in. I only see, let me see.
Adora.
Okay. Hello. Is
Hi.
it Adora?
Adora, yeah.
Adora. Sorry,
Right.
I just thought it was an N instead. My apologies. Okay.
No,
I'm going to
that's
bring you
okay.
in. So let's see if Door to Door, are you with us? Okay, I think they are gone. So let me get rid of them. How about, do we have 4-Door Dasher more?
Yeah, that's me.
What's up? All right.
You just call me Frank.
Gotcha, Frank. L, are you there? EL.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I see Space Invader. Are you there, Space Invader?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, I can.
All right. Awesome. So, Adora, I'm going to start with you first.
This thing is really helpful.
Yeah, it's the way it does.
He's dashing right now.
I'm going to mute it. It's okay. Adora, so what do you think about the topics tonight? What can you share with us, your perspective?
So, for the accept more, earn more in my area, it's not really very big, but there's a lot of restaurants. Like there's McDonald's, Taco Bell, Del Taco, Burger King, Sonic, Popeyes, and then there's like a couple Greek restaurants and stuff like that that are pretty busy. So, but I wanted to mention something that, and I don't know, it's just my opinion. I know we can share opinions on here.
Absolutely.
So to me, getting stacked orders is really unfair to the customer and the driver. Just because the customer, like, I've done stacked orders, and sometimes the customer, the one you pick up first, has to be, they have to wait, and you have to drop off their order last. And I don't like that. I think that's like going to make their food cold and make the driver look bad.
Well,
And
what do you
I'm
do when
sure,
what do you do when that happens? Because sometimes they'll send you an order and it's 2 right in the beginning, and other times they'll add an order, and when they add an order, you're making the first customer wait. So how do you handle that? Do you not accept them, or do you
so
take them and
yeah,
then what do you do?
that's usually what I do. I usually don't accept stacked orders unless I'm already in the restaurant. And like, I'm talking about like different restaurants. If it's for
Yeah.
the same restaurant, okay, that's not as bad. But if you're picking up from like Papa John's and they want you to go halfway across town to Popeyes, then I just don't think that's fair to the driver or the customer, because a lot of times they'll say add this order and you're only going to get like $6 more for it.
Yeah.
So I
Do
don't
you
really
ever
think,
have to decline something that you think is like really good? Maybe let's say it's $6
yes.
going a mile. Like, do you take that or do you not take that?
It really depends, because sometimes I will take it if I don't think it's going to be like a long wait for the customer or really stressful for me, because I have to like take that into account. Okay, is this going to be like a really stressful order, and am I going to get it there on time, or is the customer going to say, "Oh, my food was cold," you know? And I think my ratings are really important to me, like the 4.8 rating that I have. I don't want to see that go down.
Right. And you feel like
That's
if
really
you might get a
important
low
to me.
rating if you're taking something and the customer's like,
Right.
why did it take you an extra 10 or 15 minutes? Why is my fries cold? Like things like that.
Exactly. And I don't think, I mean, I wanted to ask you, they don't let the customer know that the driver has a stacked order, do they?
Well, that's a good question. So I've actually seen both. I've ordered on DoorDash before where it's told me the driver is on another drop off or on another delivery. I've also ordered from DoorDash as a customer and it's not told me that. I've had customers tell me that they knew I was on 2 orders because the app told them. So I don't know. I think sometimes it tells them, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not sure why situationally that is, but I think some customers are informed by it, but sometimes they're not. So
I kind of wanted to know if anyone else had that logic, or if they cared about like the customer having to wait so long, or the fact that it could put more unneeded stress on them as a driver.
yeah, I think, I think some drivers and dashers are just like, hey, if the money's right, I'm going to take it. I think others are going to be like you. They're like, I don't want the stress. I don't want to go to 2 different places. But then sometimes they might send you a stack and they're both from Papa John's and the mileage is low. So it makes sense for everybody. Right. Because and some would say if Adara doesn't accept that, then the customer's waiting even longer because maybe the driver that does is further away. Right. So if you do take it, sometimes the customer might actually get the food quicker than if you would decline it. So I think there's a lot of different opinions on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For me, I do them. If the money's right, I'll do it. Yeah. If the money's right, I'll do it. But there are times that if it's 2 different merchants and they're not close by, or one merchant's good and one's bad, then I might decline it because I don't want to be with one order in my car while I'm going to another one that's 5 minutes away and that merchant's got me waiting 15 minutes. That logically, that doesn't make a lot of sense,
Or like if you get a Dairy Queen order and they have ice cream, and then you have to worry about, okay, is their ice cream going to melt by the time
Right. Yeah.
I'm doing this other one?
Yeah, but DoorDash don't care. They're going to send what they send. It is what it is. That's just how they look at it. But I appreciate that. It's not something that we think or talk about a lot because I think DoorDash and Uber, they just stack so often that now we're just kind of like, a lot of us are just numb to it. Like, oh, it's a stack. It's, it's like, it just happens so often, especially when it's busy.
Yeah.
That it's not something that we think a lot about. But let me get to four door. I can't even read it.
Frank.
Frank. Sorry, yeah, Frank.
Frank.
So Frank, what do you think about what we're talking about tonight, or any of the stack stuff? What do you got on your mind?
I think the Diamond program is nothing more than like an achievement system on Xbox. It's there to make you feel good about your loyalty to them.
So you think it's kind of like and I've said this before, and other people have said it even in better ways, because I'm not like a video gamer, but these apps are set up like a game. It's like the ratings and the colors and the sounds and like how it makes you feel. And I've been victim to it sometimes. I turn my app on, let me check them. Let me look at my ratings. Like, what's my customer rating? What's this? What's that? Like
these apps, they're like for plebs. Like they'll fall for anything, you know. Like, oh, here's like $1 more for like 10 more miles, you know. It's all about you just have to make your money, you know.
Yeah, hold on. I'm a little distracted. Hold on for a second. Yeah, because the chat. I'm trying to read the chat. And like, I think some people are definitely highly. I don't even know how do you prevent that. I don't even know. You can't. So
you can't, because somebody's streaming that off of their own like window screen.
That's the thing. You can't. I apologize to anybody that's offended. I can't control that. It's it's just miserable human beings. I talk about that, right? We talk about miserable. Yeah. That's a miserable human being.
Hey,
right
Pedro,
there.
If they're offended, that's their issue.
Yeah, it is.
It's perfect. It's perfectly natural.
You're choosing to be offended.
Yeah,
they're choosing to be offended. Yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. So, let's talk about are we independent? Are we not? I know you guys are. Do you think that we're getting close to being an employee? Like, what do you guys think about that?
I think that they're definitely going to change it.
What are they going to change, you think?
I think that they're going to try to make us employees and give us W-2s. I mean, just from the research that I've done, that's what it's looking like, but I don't know if that's true.
How are we not getting W-2s? That's the fun part. You still have to do your taxes.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that? Elaborate a little bit.
We're 1099.
Yeah, but you still got to write off your gas, your expenses for the end of the day. We're basically itemizing everything that we do to do our job.
Right.
We are.
And if you're not getting any money back. You're going to be paying the man.
Right.
That's true.
I mean, do you think that taxes is something that we overthink as gig workers?
Maybe you're underthinking them. I mean, really, you should be writing off everything that makes you do this job.
Right. But what I mean by that is there are a lot of potential write-offs. So the tax bill for us should be low, right?
I hope so.
The year before, I ended up having to pay like $600. This year, they actually paid me $300. It was just because I documented better.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
you're supposed to be writing off like 57 cents a mile for wear and tear, and then obviously your oil changes and all that other stuff. But
that's my point. If you only paid $600, that's nothing, right? Like that's for not having taxes taken out and then having to figure out, that's a very low tax bill. And then the one year you got $300, I think that's pretty good. I think a lot of people stress out about the taxes, where if you know how to document your stuff and take advantage of things, it's not really a big issue for a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been saving my gas receipts, all my gas receipts, my oil change receipts, anything to do with like car maintenance.
Real quick, Biden did this change or something where you get like a $10,000 like standard itemization. So you can collect all that paperwork all you want, but you won't be able to stack up like 10 G's worth of information. Unless you're getting like rental cars, or you're like having some real mass. Like for me, my car's like 40 G's, so I might go over a little bit, but it's all going to show up when you answer all those questions.
So am I doing it for no reason?
I've been told that myself, because I have somebody that's personal to me tell me that like you're literally collecting it for no reason. But I mean, I would bag it all up, stick it in the closet for the year, and make sure that like if they do ever come by and audit you, you have proof.
Oh.
I mean, it's all in your bank account statements if you keep your bank account statements.
Mm-hmm.
Like every month, I print one off and I stick it in a file somewhere.
Is that what you do, Pedro?
I use QuickBooks. So
Oh, okay.
I use QuickBooks.
So you don't save anything?
Well, I don't have to because it's all in the QuickBooks. I mean, I save
Oh,
certain receipts for certain big things, but I don't save a lot of. I use QuickBooks. I give that to my the tax guy, and that's what I do. I don't do my own. He does it for me. So I keep it for me. It's just one less thing to stress about because I have a lot of other. I have a few other ways I make money and things like that. So like for me, I try to make it easy on myself by having a professional do it because I feel like that's just more beneficial for me to spend a little bit of money and make sure that's done correctly. But you know, so my situation might be a little bit different, but I use QuickBooks. That's what I recommend. So
okay.
All right, so let me see. I want to check the sorry, I'm a little like distracted. I can't lie. I'm not gonna. I'm a little distracted by the buffoon that entered the room, but I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not. So, do you guys have anything else you want to add about what we talked about tonight?
I like the guy that mentioned that he's wearing a vest and advertising a little bit more because we need a lot more out there.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we got a lot of noob drivers out there that ain't carrying their delivery bags. They ain't trying to do anything extra for the company. So when there's one out there doing some freedom fighting, I like that.
Yeah, I kind of like the idea of, for me, I want my app to go off as much as possible. So the more people that know about DoorDash, the better, in my opinion. Even if I get mad that it's a $3 or $4 order, I want my app to be busy, right? So for me, like, I don't mind. I don't wear the DoorDash stuff because I don't have any. I'm not going to buy it. But like, I don't mind the drivers that do it because, like, you know, we're all independent, right? We can do what we want. We can move how we want.
Right.
For me, I
just wear a hat. Like, I wear my hat and I have my car topper. So everywhere I'm going, I'm advertising.
Yeah, and I think there's value in that. I think we have to have some of that. You know, I think it'd be weird if I will say this: if I walked into my Papa John's tomorrow and there were like 8 drivers there and we all had hats and jackets on, that'd be a little strange, you know. But I think having some people wear some stuff, and I think that's cool, you know. So.
Well, Domino's, you're forced to wear like the Domino's shirt, the Domino's hat.
Sure,
you're supposed to carry the Domino's bags. If you don't carry a Domino's bag, you're fired.
Yeah.
Hey Pedro, what do you think about Domino's fighting against all these gig workers?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen the commercials they were running a few months back.
You think there'll be more merchants?
What do you mean, like
they go like the Domino's way? Like they
I doubt it.
They tell their
it's only going to be Domino's because Domino's is the only one that's not on the platform, and this all started from Domino's.
Correct. I think Domino's is standing their ground because, you know, Pizza Hut, Papa John, all the other places, they're all using third-party apps. Domino's doesn't. I think
Pizza Hut's part of Yum Brand, so they're
is,
underneath the Taco Bell KFC thing.
Yeah. I think Domino's is just trying to do the different thing, and I think it's working for them. Their numbers are up, so I think it is what it is. There's enough room for them and other people. I think the way they run their business is very different than like a Papa John's or a Pizza. Because my local Papa John's franchise, they're looking at not having any in-house and doing all DoorDash and Uber Eats for all their deliveries.
Well, for a while, Papa John's wasn't even paying their drivers hourly. They were just paying them off the delivery charge.
Right. And in my market, it's hard for them to keep them staffed and happy. So they're like, well, let's just do everything third party. There's enough drivers. They'll take them. It keeps their costs low. Like it's just these pizza places, especially, they run their business a little different. I think Domino's they're doing their thing. They're going anti-gig apps, and you know, it could work for them. I think it's fine. Nothing wrong with it.
You think they're just 10 years ahead? Like they were 10 years ahead when they got rid of all their tables?
A little bit. I think they're definitely ahead. I think they spend a lot more money on marketing and stuff than a lot of the other places do as far as their competitors. And I think they're a little bit ahead. I would agree with that.
Well, they were the first ones to deliver. They delivered in 1973.
Yeah. So they've been ahead from the beginning.
Right.
So,
it's just now that like DoorDash is coming in and saying we're delivering for every motherfucker on the planet, Domino's is trying to figure out how they're going to, you know, wiggle that a few dollars out of what's already been created.
Right. Yeah. I can see that. Listen, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming on. I'm going to wrap this bad boy up.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you guys for waiting. Sorry it took so long. You guys have a good one, okay?
It was worth the wait.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. All right. I'm not going to lie. Listen, that, that dude coming in and talking like he was just a regular guy and then listen, it is what it is. Trolls. Oh man. Okay. Good thing is I'll be able to edit that out. So not a big deal, but sorry it was a distraction. I think somebody said they had kids watching. The kids shouldn't. It's just rude. There are miserable people and they want attention, and that's basically what it's about. And it's sad. For me, it's sad because that dude ain't got nobody in his life, clearly. So if you're still watching, I'm sure you are. You are a sad, lonely individual, and I will pray for you that somebody shows you some kind of love, because when you do stuff like that, you suck. Anyways, I think that's the show. We went a little longer than I wanted to. I told you I wasn't feeling great, but I still wanted to do a live. Got a lot happening this week at the house. I'm still going to make some content for you guys if I can. I'm not sure what to expect this week. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm probably not going to work Tuesday. I might not work Wednesday. Wednesday's my birthday. Shout out to me. I'll be 41 on Wednesday. So I don't know what the content will look like, but I show you guys my experience each day. And there's a lot of different video ideas that I've got going on already. A couple collaborations I got in the work. So at the end of the day, you guys are going to get something. Appreciate everybody for watching. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out or the thumbs down if you were offended in any way. But yeah, interesting stream tonight, to say the least. Appreciate y'all very much. I guess the last thing I'd say is the giveaway winners. Let me announce those winners one last time, so that's in a couple different spots. The swag bags, we're giving away 10. So the winners are, and I commented on their comment already, Robert Allison, Danielle Blevins, Margie, David Mount, Sandy Brawley, Sean Chapman, Christopher Taylor, Terry Reed, Greg Downend, and Giovanni Cefamino. Hit me up right here at this email. Let me put it up. You can email me. Also, comment on the comment that I commented on your comment. I'll be able to check those in that video. And yeah. I think some of you guys are. Oh man, I'm reading the comments now. Crazy. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. See you tomorrow.